got a taste of it, and now you're wanting more, more, more. You know we never quit. I'm coming back for more, more, more. You really blow my mind. You give me everything. I want it one more time, yeah, like that. You give me everything. Give me more.
Leduc, Alberta, just south of Edmonton. In wheelchair curling championships, the Curl for Canada championships, 4 Canadian championships in the span of just 10 days, and this is the final one. Hi everybody, welcome inside the Leduc Recreation Center, inside Robinson Arena. Matt Cullen alongside 2006 Paralympic gold medalist Chris Daw. Chris, a battle of the prairies here. Team Saskatchewan taking on Team Manitoba. Two teams going in opposite directions. Let's start with Team Saskatchewan. 10-0 record, impressive, but some concern.
Yeah, yesterday, Labrador completely unpredicted in regards to it. Marie Wright seemed to be struggling at about 45% curling overall. Let's see if they can carry the momentum of the win yesterday into today, because the matchup's going to be tough.
It will be tough, and this team from Manitoba is very hot. They dropped their first 3 games of this tournament. Now they've won 7 in a row. Certainly lots of confidence here.
Yeah, Dennis Thiessen, always, all the championships I've ever seen him, he continues to build and build and build toward the championship. Of course, he's got the backup, another bronze medalist with Jamie Ansu. That could be the telltale difference between these two teams.
And you teased it a little bit there, Chris. This is a battle of Paralympic teammates, and it should be fun.
It'll be absolutely a riot to watch these two teams and watch for the smiles all the way around because, again, the battle of the bronze, who doesn't want bragging rights on that one?
All right, first rocks coming up from Leduc.
Give these athletes your greatest support. Cheer for every shot and hurry hard.
Battle of the Prairies, the two teams. Team Manitoba, skipped by Dennis Thiessen. The vice is Jamie Ansu. The second, Mark Werrett. The lead, Carolyn Lindner. The alternate, Tom Werrett. And the coach is Tom Clasper. There's Marie Wright, the team out of the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Club. Marie is the skip, a bronze medalist at the most recent Paralympic Games in Pyeongchang. Gil Dash, the third. Darwin Bender, the second. The lead is Larry Schrader, the alternate, Moose Gibson, and the coach is Lorraine Arguin. Chris, first rocks, this should be a lot of fun.
It should be, and again, the other bragging rights are on the line. Both of these teams each have 2 national champions behind them, so this is the rubber match, I guess, is what you're going to call it.
The first to get to number 3.
This should be a center guard. Well thrown stone. Well thrown stone. They're going to go to what we've seen all week, where Saskatchewan's going to go to their benefit. High numbers. I mean, Gil Dash, 81%, Darwin Bender, 80%. These are outstanding numbers for wheelchair curlers. This should be a simple hit for Larry Schrader.
Shot, Larry.
And it rolls out, so wide open house.
Same thing?
Yep.
The Manitoba team's been playing together for a number of years. Linder is new to the team, just a couple of years underneath her belt as a wheelchair curler, but boy, has she come on strong and been very, very impressive, curling 88% overall.
Yep.
This has got to sit down or it's going to be out the back. It does slide out. Saskatchewan with the hammer.
If you're new to the wheelchair curling game, just 8 ends. And as we've seen in the first couple of rocks, no sweeping. 36 minutes of thinking time along with 2 timeouts. A couple of other technicalities in there as well. And seems though, Chris, these two teams easing.
This is atypical for the top performing teams. They're just going to fill each other out, see where the strengths are. Larry Schrader has been struggling a little bit at the latter half of the week, but this one comes up a little shorter than she wanted. Wanted it in the rings. Good corner guard all the way around, though. And who needs sweeping? We covered this, Matt. Sweeping is an admission of imperfection.
Cern's seen some terrific shots all throughout the week. Saskatchewan, the #1 seed, they have not lost. Team Manitoba has now won 7 in a row, so both these teams certainly earned their way here into the national championship. Manitoba a 10-3 victory yesterday over Team BC, and it was over very quickly.
Do you see the broom?
4-0 for the Manitobans after 2 ends in that game yesterday.
Just looking to do a raise. This one.
Okay, Darwin, it's fine.
It does the job, moves the Manitoba rock into the open. So now we'll see how Manitoba answers. Looked like the top of the house, just outside the front of the house, seemed a little dead. That house hasn't livened up yet. So it's a little stiff, but that can happen.
This one's going to come through.
Jamie Ansu was part of the 2018 bronze medal winning team at the house for Team Saskatchewan, calling the game.
I like this call. Hit the open one, move it out of the way, give yourself an opportunity to either keep that side of the house open with the hammer. You can always attack the other one later on. This one needs to stay up. It may over curl here. Just hangs on enough. Game's a little quieter than what you normally would hear. No sweeping, of course, means no yelling. And of course, yelling, unlike the Chinese team from Korea, isn't going to do much anyways.
So you are admitting then the rocks don't have ears?
Well, if you yell loud enough, maybe the vibration's going to move them around. But you can see the difference yesterday. We heard a lot more talking, a lot more engagement between the teams. This is what happens during these championship games. They get a little quieter, a lot more intense.
15-3.
So they're just looking to start to close up and control the front of the house, guard that shot stone.
It's in the way.
So this will be a reduced takeout.
Sorry. Into third rocks here with Gil Dash.
Yeah, Gil's throwing an impressive 81%.
Certainly a nice game yesterday. Was one of the top curlers for Team Saskatchewan.
This looks pretty good.
Nice shot, Gil.
That connects here.
Little wave to the crowd.
Well, certainly a lot of Saskatchewan fans here. They travel always very well.
So they're going to look to open this up. Might get the double.
Back to Mark Wright, originally from Dryden, Ontario. moved into Winnipeg,
You got it?
and he started curling in a camp run by yourself.
It was a.
You got him into wheelchair curling.
I did a long time ago. Went up to Thunder Bay, did a camp. Now watch.
I'll get it, Marie.
Watch for Saskatchewan to just draw top 12. Higher's okay. Deeper would not be of their benefit because that would set up for the double.
Saskatchewan does have last rock in the first end as they were the higher seed coming into this national championship.
Looks a little heavy. We'll see if the sandpaper at the front of the house takes effect.
Okay. Fine, Gil.
It's not all bad. It's a little deeper than what they want because you're going to
That's
see
fine.
them take a run at it to do the double. Dennis Thiessen's first stone of the end. And we know how accurately he can throw.
Dennis Thiessen also part of the bronze medal winning team at the Paralympics in Pyeongchang, along with Jamie Ansu, both on Team Manitoba, taking on their teammate Marie Wright, who was the lead for Team Canada.
It's all about bragging rights, isn't it? These two teams, they really are great friends all the way around. But if you can get the one up on them, it's always good. Gets the one for sure. Will the other one roll? Not quite, but it rolls wide open. So now this is a great opportunity for Marie Wright to come down, hit this stone, split the house without having to do the hard work.
Marie has been part of the Team Canada cycle for the last 3 years, gearing up for the Paralympics. First of 2 here.
Yeah, she definitely wants this to stick around. A little inside roll will be okay. She does not want this to roll off.
Marie leading this team out of the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Club.
It's got to stay up.
Nice shot, Marie. Good job.
Connects there.
So watch for Dennis to do the hit and roll on the inside. That may limit Saskatchewan to only one, depending on where the roll is.
Thiessen calls Sanford, Manitoba, his hometown.
A few of the Quebec and Alberta crowd there.
Lots of interest here. It's been a busy day at the Leduc Recreation Center. The Mixed Doubles Canadian Championship wrapping up earlier on today. Last stone here for Team Manitoba in the first.
This one's on the outside. It's not curling up. Will it roll away?
Leaving a chance here for Marie Wright for
A draw for 2.
2 points.
Anywhere in the house, that's all she's got to get here.
Not climbing the bank today.
You heard Mark Wright just say he thinks it's running a little straighter.
Last stone in the first end. Team Saskatchewan looking to strike first.
Stand pretty straight.
We saw a run down the sheet yesterday. Is it still there? Is it going to sit down? I think it will.
Can blow on it. Stop it.
Does land in the back 8. It's enough for 2 for the team with the yellow stones. That's Saskatchewan And it's 2-0, and certainly that's a good start.
That's a perfect end. You want to be able to take 2 whenever you have the hammer, so they accomplished the task. And now the hammer will swap around, and we'll see what Manitoba can do with it.
Now these two teams met earlier on in the round robin, and it was a convincing victory for Team Saskatchewan, 9-2. That was just game number 2, though. It was part of Manitoba's 3-game losing streak, and I think, Chris, it's safe to say that a lot has changed since then.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen Manitoba and Thiessen build and build throughout the week. They're going on this huge win streak.
Up to 7 now.
Their percentages are almost matched. Dennis is out beating Marie, but then Dash is beating Wright, and then Bender is beating Ansu, but then Linder is beating Schrader. So it's kind of a match all the way along. We couldn't hope for something better than this, and a championship that means so much for all of these players. Remember, in wheelchair curling, the team that does win the Canadian Championships does not represent Canada.
That's a great point, Chris. Certainly a discussion that we can get into. 2 sides to this argument. Do you want to have the winner of the national championship go on to the world championship, or do you prefer having a pre-selected team that has the experience and the practice at the top facilities? What do you think?
Well, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. It depends on the teams. I think this year, above any other year, shows that the playing across the country, regardless of what province it is stepped up a notch. It may be time to take a look at it. But again, until, you know, own the podium and Curling Canada is ready to make that decisive decision, I think it may not be a bad idea to remain unselected, so that we...
Certainly many countries do that.
Pretty much every country does that. But all the other countries also don't have the number of wheelchair curlers that Canada does.
That's a great point.
This one just looking to get down on top of this yellow stone.
Carolyn Linder certainly had a fine game yesterday for Team Manitoba in the semifinal. Curled at 88% in the lead position.
Good.
Beautiful draw to the tee line, but this leaves the opportunity for Saskatchewan to pick this stone out. If they get their one at the back, that's not necessarily so bad.
Back to Larry Schrader, the lead stone thrower for Team Saskatchewan out of Regina. Joined the team back in 2012.
I think Larry got this one started a little bit. Will it hang on just enough to pick it out? He gets part of it,
Okay, Larry.
but not enough. And Manitoba still lies shot rock.
Okay.
Manitoba was the national champion from last year, looking to repeat back-to-back.
Yes, in a little history, there's only one team ever to go back-to-back-to-back in wheelchair curling, and that was early
you were
on.
part of that team this year.
Maybe. But that was early on. I mean, the competition was a little bit different. The number of teams participating was a little different as well.
This time it's coming deeper.
It's a beautiful draw right up to this yellow stone. Nice shot. She should smile. It was a beautiful shot, but you can see the intensity. Very impressive player. The next generation of female wheelchair curlers in the country. The age is a little bit older for wheelchair curlers in the country. We see an attempt at a double here.
Darwin
Shot,
Bender
Darwin.
from White City, Saskatchewan.
Nice shot.
Certainly had a nice game. for the green yesterday at 80%.
Yeah, that's an absolutely beautiful hit and roll on top. So now we're going to start to see everybody start to stack. If Thiessen comes down and parks on top of this, looks like he's going to throw the hit. That's going to jumble the back of the house up. You're going to see a few rocks probably jam up, but the triple is there. Let's see how much weight Ansu can throw. It was impressive in the mixed doubles when I saw the one Albertan skip throw a 5-second rock between the hogs. I'm not sure you're going to see that in wheelchair curling anytime soon, but that was fairly impressive. The weight's up.
Sorry, Dennis.
And a little bit outside.
Where does this one finish? It's the back yellow.
That's all right. Now I can get there front.
He's awfully lucky that didn't curl anymore, otherwise he would have picked his own out, but still looking to draw up.
Hi there.
Okay.
Talked about this yesterday, Chris, but Gil Dash made sure to mention that he skips an able-bodied team in his home club, Kipling, Saskatchewan, and that's certainly the case for a lot of these players.
Almost every wheelchair curler in the country actually plays at a home club, and because of the lack of wheelchair curlers in a particular region, you tend to play with able-bodied teams. I have yet to hear of one
Making sure she's got a grasp of this ice here for her team. Out of Moose Jaw.
So the line looks a lot better for the nose hit here. It's going to over curl just a little bit. So watch Saskatchewan look to hit, take that one out, roll back. In wheelchair curling, you will see curlers attack stones more often behind the tee line than you would in able-bodied curling, because it's those stones around the outside and at the back that tend to score more often. It's running straight. It's got to curl a little bit. Might get the double. Almost.
Thought about the double there, but instead just takes one out of the back.
Quick shot.
Still too yellow in the house in Saskatchewan. Continuing to keep the pressure up.
Well, Manitoba is lying shot stone, so now they're in a difficult position of figuring out what to do. I personally don't mind drawing on top of the other yellow. That would jam it up, but they're looking at doing the takeout. Of course, takeouts in wheelchair curling a lot easier than draws or freezes. You hardly ever see a freeze in wheelchair curling. Arguably the most difficult shot. Without sweepers, your weight and line have to be perfect.
Got the back one.
Is there enough there for two? No, but it is Manitoba now, line two.
And then
Come over a little more.
both stones are in a nice position.
Is there a double here there, though?
I don't think that's what you want to do. Yes, you could do a double
wanna
and
hit?
split them both off. That is an option. But I
Can you
think
get them both?
If you hit this one just a little on this side.
What do you like? Hit.
Okay.
they're going to opt for the hit. The other option here is actually to draw in either into the pocket or on top of the red stone. Then you just stack them. That would be counting. who's going to end up with the last stone here. It's a way of limiting the number of points that Manitoba can earn in the end. Saskatchewan without hammer. I think I may have come at this with the other handle though. The other turn.
Okay, that's fine, Gil.
Does get the one. Still leaves red shot rock.
Okay.
So we've seen this again all week, this up and down hit game, back and forth. It keeps it simple.
Mark Wright, the third for Team Manitoba. Brad Thiessen in the house. Gold medalist at the Paralympics in 2014, Sochi. And also a world and national champion in 2013, a decorated career. Skip.
He's got the one. Will it roll over on top the other one? Not on top, but beside. All in all, not bad. Look for the double again.
Under chance here. Two shots here for Marie Wright.
I almost like coming down with the other turn again, coming almost straight down the center line here, which would hit the stone closest to dash, and then tentatively tick off and split the other one out the other side. Looks like in the bronze medal game, BC managed to take 3 in the first end.
Yeah. Keep a close eye on that. BC versus Newfoundland and Labrador. First of 2 here from Wright. Just the one again.
Shot, Marie.
Straight nose hit back. You'll watch Dennis just pop this one straight back.
Thanks.
He may look for the little roll on top that would create a jam on the other red stone.
Gil was just full on his. Gil was just full on his. Weight was over.
A little confusion over where to put the broom here.
Bitchy, yeah?
2 shots here for
You were in.
Dennis Thiessen.
Oh, that was what? That, oh, that's
He got that one started. Doesn't like that
I
at
can't
all.
remember.
It doesn't look bad at all. To me, it doesn't look bad.
Double. This is going to be ugly.
Does this jam back? Yes, it does.
Yeah. But it rode that ridge, didn't come off.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to come here?
Yeah, I want to be like 8 foot.
Thiessen frustrated with that. Now final stone here for Marie Wright.
He'll shake that one off and get ready to draw to save the end.
Could be a draw facing 3 here, though, if Wright's able to get this in the rings.
For 1.
Line looks really nice.
Enough to stop in time?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's a bit of a saving grace for Dennis.
It's okay, Marie.
One.
Yeah, that should be good.
Keep you updated on the bronze medal game as well. BC and Newfoundland and Labrador. Still 3-0 for the team out of Thiessen, BC, just south of Vancouver.
Here is not to be
Little
light.
less, Mark.
He can afford to actually be a
Didn't
bit
go less
heavy
yet.
because of the backing.
Last rock here in the second. Thiessen and Team Manitoba looking to get on the board.
Needs to curl.
Draw facing 3.
Looks pretty good to me.
You've got a good eye, Chris. Right where Thiessen needed it. It's a single for Team Manitoba. Score now 2-1. Have to think though for Saskatchewan, that's a nice way to force.
Yeah, it's an awesome way to force. It could have been a little bit better if Marie Wright's last stone ended up at the top of the 8-foot. You can see where Thiessen's last stone. It would have been a much more difficult draw. But all in all, they got the job accomplished. Now all Manitoba needs to do is set up to steal the one. The way these two teams are playing, that shouldn't be that difficult, I wouldn't think. They're closely matched. So we're in for a bit of a barn burner, I would suspect.
Let's take a look across on sheet F. This is the bronze medal game, Team BC. Out of the Tunnel Down Curling Club in Thiessen, taking on Team Newfoundland and Labrador out of the Remax Center in St. John's.
It looks like BC.
Are we in for a steal here? Oh, it's a steal of 4 for BC, and it's 7-0. That one after 2 ends. A big start there for Daryl Neighbors Rink.
That, you know, to me, that's not entirely surprising because that BC team's been in the championship games before. We'll keep an eye on it. Newfoundland quite capable of clawing their way back into it. Second end, lots of curling left to go there. Linder's first stone has been thrown. Looking for a center guard.
Thanks, Jamie.
See the
Big smile. Yeah, absolutely. National championship game. Important to have some fun too and stay loose.
Well, if they all started popping wheelies, they could have recliners, right?
I caught the wheel in my hand.
Off to prevent that from happening so you couldn't catch. They've put it back on probably for convenience and a little bit of a delivery style difference, but these are the things that can happen.
Karen Linder out of Winnipeg.
Seems a little bit warm. Will it be enough to sit down? It might be going through the sandpaper.
Yeah, just slip around, bites on the 8-foot ring.
Fully buried, so
When I
all in all, a pretty good shot.
go hard, I thought, oh, jeez. No, I can't believe it stopped.
Sigh of relief there for Linder. We thought that for a second it might be a little bit too strong. Here's Larry again.
That was better, Larry.
Might take the one at the back out.
Yeah, does Larry have a chance at 2 here? No.
Tyler, good shot.
Very close for Larry Schrader. If you're just joining us, this is the National Championship for the Canadian Wheelchair Curling Tournament. Part of the Curl for Canada Championships, 4 Canadian championships in the span of just 10 days. We've seen youth sports, college,
Top 12 was good.
wrapping up today the Canadian Mixed Doubles Championship. Laura Crocker and Kirk Myers off to the World Championships with a 1-point victory earlier on today against Team Manitoba.
Yeah, it came this afternoon. Yeah.
This one looks heavy again, but we know about 1.5 feet outside of the house. It hits a little sandpaper, which seems to take the edge off all these stones. And it will do that same thing again. So now the full draw with backing.
Is that sarcasm? Went to the back.
What do you think has changed here for this Team Manitoba, Chris? You've been covering the tournament all week in the round robin. You lose 3 in a row, certainly not an ideal way to start the tournament, but now you've rallied 7 straight wins. What changed?
I think it's their mental strategy going into the game, their way to recover overall in the game. This one's going to hang out. It's not going to curl. And
Okay.
it hit
That
the
works.
sandpaper as well. But because you have 2 bronze medalists on that game, and the Canadian national team works very hard on their visualization and their psychological recovery and psychological game, it allows the rest of the team to draw off of that, let go of those lost games, and just refocus their energy on moving forward. And again, we talked a little bit prior to this, that because you have 2 members of Team Canada on this team, this may be the advantage that Manitoba has. Even though they're down 1 point, that doesn't mean a lot this early in the game.
8 end games, so certainly ends a little bit more crucial than a traditional curling game, but lots of time here to go. This is Jamie Ansu. He was the alternate for Team Canada at the Paralympics in Pyeongchang.
Whoa.
He had a busy year. Of course, competing for Team Canada means a lot of commitments.
A lot of travel too. You certainly rack up those air miles. So maybe at the end of the year he'll have a nice vacation somewhere. Maybe he's off to Vegas to watch the World Championships. They're a remaining part of this week.
Ansu, a 2-time national champion, really wants to win it this year. That's what he told me down at ice level just before the game. So this one would be special.
Yeah, it would be a capper to his career. I mean, a bronze medal at the Paralympics and a Canadian National Championship. Who doesn't want that? And they were so close in Korea to being able to get the gold medal. Came right down to the last rock in that semifinal game.
But managed to regroup, and that's one of the hardest things to do, and play a good bronze medal game.
Yeah, it was a relatively new team. We saw a few changes. Longtime skip Jim Armstrong was not on the team this year. The alternate lead from the previous year, Mark Eidson, he took over the reins. He led the team fantastically through that. He went near perfect. A loss here or a loss there really didn't matter. But unfortunately, it didn't fall on their side of the fence, but it was a great building year for Team Canada, and I'm sure the program looks forward to a prosperous future coming up.
Canada has medaled at every single Paralympics in wheelchair curling.
Yeah.
Dennis Thiessen, a big part of that.
He's been around for a few years. Again, it was fantastic to see representation. The amount of gold medals and national champions at this tournament is like never before. We saw one representative of every gold medal team playing on the ice since the sport started in 2006. Nice hit.
Good shot.
It is open. And I'll just go back. The sport did not start in 2006. It started back in 2001. There were a couple of world championships. First Paralympics where the sport was full medal status was in 2006. This one's a little bit outside, so we'll see if it'll come up. Looks pretty good. Nope, won't climb.
Is it jam back? Yes, 2 Reds leave, and now that leaves Team Saskatchewan line 2. Gildash. The third for Team Saskatchewan.
He may get a raise out of this.
Yep, good way, Gil.
Good shot, Gil.
Splits and puts the pressure on. Saskatchewan line 3 now.
A couple of shots left here for Team Manitoba. Chris, how do they get out of, well, what could be perceived as a bit of trouble?
Okay.
Well, I think what Thiessen's strategy is going to be is start to hit, get rid of a few stones, perhaps looking at getting this run back double, hoping to get one. If he gets the second one, that's the bonus. And then after that, it's either hit to eliminate the number of opportunities or draw on top. Deadly quiet in the house up there. That's how focused everybody is.
Certainly focus. Couple of key shots here for second shot rock though for Thiessen.
This is an easy decision for Marie. She's going to nose hit and stick around. That'll then put the pressure on Manitoba in order to decide whether or not they want to draw up or hit and roll in behind, depending on where Marie Wright's first stone of this end lies.
First of 2 for Moose Jaw's Marie Wright.
It's in the ridge, so I would suspect it's not going to come
Nice
off.
shot.
Will she get the roll?
Gets the roll. Maybe a little bit open left there from Marie Wright, but
About 3/4 open, so now the decision for Dennis is, am I going to draw up to it?
Mark Wright, Dennis Thiessen thinking this over. What do you think's the best call?
Well, it's not really what I think the best call is. I think it's what the call is going to be. I think he's going to throw a soft hit and try and roll in behind the guard. He's got to make sure that he clears the front guard, of course. For me, I think I more or less would like getting in front.
Big crowd on hand inside Robinson Arena at the Leduc Recreation Center. This is the final game of this 10-day stretch, the Curl for Canada Championships.
They've certainly thrown it straight up the broom. And he underthrew the stone.
Could be a chance here for a big end for Saskatchewan, depending on where this finishes. By the yellow, and it is a chance now for 4.
Well, I think Dennis threw that stone. The line looked really good, and the weight looked really good, but I think maybe he got it started a little bit, and that's why it took off on him.
Thiessen not happy with that. Big opportunity now here for the team in green, Chris.
Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. It is in that run. So it should be an up and down hit for 4.
Tough one.
Looks pretty good.
Okay, Darwin.
Marie Wright likes it. And
Sweet.
so does the team
Great
from
shot.
Saskatchewan, and it's 4 yellows, and it's now a big lead. 6-1 after 3.
Yeah, I think, again, we talked about this in wheelchair curling. Unfortunately, sometimes it's when the opposing team makes the miss that you're waiting for. And we saw a couple of misses there by Dennis, Thiessen,
Yes, definitely.
and Saskatchewan managed to capitalize.
Yeah. Okay. Right in, Larry.
Long chat here for Team Manitoba. What do you think the discussion is?
Let's let go of that and get a point on the scoreboard. That's probably all there is to it. I mean, they've got 1 on there, but trailing by 6. What they're probably talking about right now is in order to, I'm sorry, they're trailing by 5. They're talking about getting their 2. You're only in the 4th end. You're playing 8 ends, so there is time to get out of it.
You wouldn't know it on the scoreboard, but actually Manitoba has a better curling percentage. 78% so far for the team wearing the Buffalo, 71 for the team out of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, but the score stands alone, 6-1. Into the 4th now. A couple of observations, Chris, about this ice, it seems.
Well, I think as we go away from the end that they're currently in, there's definitely a run down the left side of the sheet. Once it gets off those
That's good
lines,
weight, Larry.
it will take off.
Thank
it will
you.
curl on the way back. I don't think it's much different. I think the ice is definitely running straighter than it has all week. Well, I'm sorry, not all week. The last 2 games, because we weren't on this sheet for all week.
Great curling club facility right behind us here at Leduc. That was the round robin was held just a couple of feet the other direction. This is arena ice, and certainly things change.
Arena ice really does change the way that a game is thrown. It can be a little bit heavier. The ice makers do try and match the ice quite a bit. They were working on that, bringing the temperature up in the curling rink a little bit to match the ice on this side, so the curlers would get the same feel for it, as well as you have higher ceilings often, crowd temperature, the way that the heat comes off the stands can affect it. There's so many more variables in arena ice than there is in a curling rink. You got to be prepared for it, and at this level, you should be. Fist pump, and more fist pumps for the team, just trying to build up that confidence, let go of the 1 or 2 bad ends that they've had.
Marie Wright stays focused, but certainly big smile after that hit for 4 a couple of minutes ago. Now back to the lead with Larry Schrader.
Nice weight, Larry.
It's a nicely placed stone, but watch for
Riley,
Hey, Pat, Carrie, Mara. Bye, guys. Wish you were here. Thank you, sir.
big shout out to the family.
Well, Larry and Team Saskatchewan hoping to bring a national championship medal back to
Bell,
Moose Jaw.
Hunter, everybody, hi. Thank you.
Great to see Larry having a good time.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. When you have a lead, it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit of a strategy change here. As Dennis looking to come around. This one didn't quite get out to the broom.
Short. It caught on my handle.
It is over the hog line
For goodness sake.
and is now a high guard, but definitely not what Thiessen wanted whatsoever.
With what?
Okay. Haven't had any rocks down this side much.
Well, some adjustments here for Team Saskatchewan. This is Darwin Bender II communicating with Marie Wright.
And that's the experience that Marie brings here. She's just reminding him there haven't been a lot of rocks down this side, so the pebble might be a bit fresher, which means it may be a little bit slower. But this one actually looks a little
Okay, that's
heavy.
right there.
So overcompensated maybe for that, but it will stop.
Okay.
Looking like Team Manitoba might call a timeout, one of two. Trying to get back into this game. Coaches from each team. For Team Manitoba, Tom Clasper. And for Team Saskatchewan, Lorraine Arguin. Both out to have a chat, and we will take a listen.
So they're just talking about the options here. It's a little tough to hear, so we'll try and talk you through what they're chatting about.
Yeah, so middle 8, yeah. Yeah.
Try and get there for 0.
So just, no, this back 4 weight. I just want you to move it out of there, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So they're looking at just taking the yellow stone that's at the top of the 4 foot and bumping it back to the back line, creating a wall, and then rolling in behind the covers. So he's just looking for a very light tap back rather than a takeout.
That stone partially covered, though. This might be a tricky shot.
It is. You've got to make sure that you ice it perfectly in order to get past the that top guard.
Yep.
And then you've got to make sure that it'll finish at the end as well. The last thing you want to do is sort of leave that rock hanging or exposed for a simple takeout. Tough shot, though, for Jamie Ansu. This is where you wish you had a sweeper. Needs to curl.
Starting to curl. Let's see where this finishes off. Past the guard.
Just a little rub.
Small rub. Small tap back.
If he had a hair a bit more weight, just to get past that guard, it would have been a beautiful shot. It's not a bad shot, but it would have been even better if he got past the guard.
not rotating as much.
Second shot from Darwin Bender.
Too heavy, hey? I think it's downhill.
That yellow on the button might need a few shots to take that out.
Sorry, that you'll have to excuse my my snicker. Darwin thinks that the ice is a little downhill.
11.
Curling ice, of course, is very flat.
About as flat as it can possibly be.
Yeah. And even with it being arena ice, they do put laser levels on it to make sure the ice is very level and very consistent. So I don't think we can argue that it's downhill coming home.
Ansu again.
This one's a bit tight.
Wait side.
Is he going to get past the top guard? I don't think so.
He is on the red guard.
So I think what Manitoba needs to do right now is they need to settle down just a little bit. I think they're a little bit antsy being behind. They're not being as crisp in their throws. So if they need to refocus here, get that energy back up, it's not too late in the game in order to still win. I'd hate to see them give up too early.
Looks good.
Down by 5, still lots of time, but might be in some trouble
Really curling, eh?
in this end again.
Seven. I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's okay there.
So I think the option might be to come down and hit and roll.
Like 11?
Yep. Offset?
No.
No?
I think what they're looking to do is just come down, hit the Yellowstone, bump it back, placing the red rock up for a later option of either a cross tap back or an angle to get themselves into position. This is more of a strategic place stone than anything else. And this one's got to get past this other guard. And I don't think it did.
Tricky end here in the 4th.
Really? Well, it was close to 11. Needed to throw it a little harder.
I think Manitoba has not picked up on the fact that the ice is starting to swing quite a bit more than what it was even a half a hand ago.
We gotta jam something in there pretty soon.
Gil Dash, the vice skip. The focus here with his last stone.
Light.
You heard Gil, he thinks it's light.
I think it's over.
It's
Okay,
just
fine.
over. So he's not buying the drinks tonight.
You're not getting out. It's okay. Pretty good weight.
So Manitoba and Mark Wright will have another crack at what they just did. He needs to give him a little bit more ice this time, but he'll roll out and take a look at it.
Is this one on the guard?
Did he get by?
No.
He did.
958.
There it is.
Beauty mark.
Not a lot of room there at all.
Oh, well, I mean, I think we heard it out of Dennis's comment there that he thought that that might be a little bit tight, but ends up being not a bad shot at all. So what do you do? What do you do when you have one rock in there? Well, you guard.
Try and take away that run back possibility. 2 stones for Marie Wright.
Get over. Stop now. Stop now. Stop now. Stop, 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 stop.
Maybe a little bit closer than she would have liked.
I actually like it better because it's a little bit more overlapped. It's a little more tucked in, so any cross angle promotion is a little bit more difficult for them. The angles are not lined up.
Pardon me?
It's not bad there.
We just got to take way more ice. We got to take way more.
Yeah, yeah.
Way more.
That's not bad there though.
But we got to take way more.
Because if they hit that, we can hit it too.
Yeah, they're going to try to run back.
Okay, that's fine. Hit the wall.
About like that? What are you throwing?
How much more am I taking?
Well, I don't know if they're trying the run back or if they're trying the in off here.
Were you on it?
Maybe just a little bit more ice. Yeah.
Either way, this is not an easy shot. And it'll be out in the weeds, so it's fairly fresh pebble all the way along.
A lot of the other teams taking note here in this championship game. Bronze and gold medal matches. 9 teams are here from across Canada in Duke. Great round robin. Top 4 made it through. That's the 4 we have on the 2 ice sheets here this afternoon. BC, Newfoundland, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan.
Yeah, and it looks like Newfoundland managed to get on the board there, so no skunk over in that game. So it's 7-1 BC over Newfoundland, and looks like they're in a timeout here. But let's see what Thiessen can do. And he's not happy with that one, as it's a nose hit. So that did not climb up enough for him. He needed to hit that on the inside, almost skinny it in order to get what he wanted. So it looked more like he was doing the in-off than anything else.
Saskatchewan still with that shot rock,
A little bit more ice.
Hasn't changed all end. Chance here possibly for a steal if Marie Wright's able to place this correctly.
Well, I think that it would be very, very difficult for Manitoba to get anything in there. Not impossible.
Stay straighter out there.
But put this guard in there
I
and
think that's okay there though.
shut the door on this end a little bit more.
Yeah.
And as I look across the rest of the house, I'm not seeing a whole lot of other options.
Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down.
Sometimes talking to the rock does help.
I told you.
Maybe she took a lesson from the Chinese team. Perfectly
That'll
placed
be good there,
guard.
Marie. Good job.
Marie Wright, the top curler so far at 89% in this game. Certainly a big contrast from yesterday where she was under 50%. It's been right on today.
Yeah.
You gotta catch it here on the way by.
Yeah. So I gotta hit it right there. But this is this the straight side? Yeah.
Yeah, this is straight side, so.
So I gotta hit it.
So this is
I
a
gotta hit it
creative
right
shot.
here. So put it right on the rock.
Right on the rock?
Yeah.
So this is red to yellow to pound the red back and steal. Don't think a lot of harm can happen unless you miss, so it's definitely an opportunity. The angles are there, but he's got to drive this yellow stone that the broom's beside almost right across the face.
Final stone here in the fourth. Team Manitoba looking to try and prevent the steal. Oh, and it comes very close. But it is a steal of one for Saskatchewan. About as close as you could get, Chris.
Yeah, I needed to hit that a little bit thinner. We might get the replay here.
So it is a steal of one, and certainly very close here for red.
That comes across the face just a little bit more. That drives it straight back. What a great try by Dennis Thiessen. You can see a little bit of frustration on his face.
Knew it would have been a terrific shot, so it is Team Saskatchewan out of the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Club. Another point. 7-1 after 4. Not over yet, but the team in green, Chris, certainly looking good.
Yeah.
When I grow up, I want to be a superhero. I want to be a firefighter. I want to graduate university. I don't know what I want to be. I want to be an archaeologist. I want to be a scientist. Pilot, coach, carpenter. I'm going to be a curling champion.
Kids dream big. Your support will help them realize their dreams on and off the ice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
No, me on my
Yeah,
last shot.
'cause we
I
could-
knew that. I was trying that.
Okay, you threw 12.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, just so you know. But you got command of your draw.
I was going for 13 and a half, so.
Okay. So we're doing good. We're putting them on the offense.
Is there another bar there for Darwin?
That's okay.
You got one?
Well, that's fine.
Okay, what are you going to say now?
I got a granola bar in my bag.
No, I'm okay.
I'm kind of shaky, so I need to eat.
What were you saying, Ryan?
Do you need some food?
No,
Ray?
I'm good.
So I need
I'm
to
good.
Okay,
eat.
so
That's why I can't
when
eat.
there's a guard and our rock's here, and you called for Gil to draw here, do the Christmas tree. Put it
Okay,
here.
come in the house.
The wing. Yeah, what did it ever? We had nothing after that.
So I would keep her going to the sides if you can.
Okay.
Unless you score something here, you're going to.
Yeah.
And he was really close in that shot. If he is another 2 feet away.
Yeah, 2 feet away, so then we would have had it.
And then that's one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just kind of curling shots, kind of.
Yep.
You just keep plugging away.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys are in the whole game. You
Yeah.
got to keep whittling away.
Yeah.
See what you can get. You get a couple of deuces and maybe force them to one and see if you can get close to the 4 ends.
Yeah.
Something may emerge in the meantime.
Get the red ones in play there, and we'll cut the break.
Yeah, so we'll put up 2 guards right now on both wings or whatever. Wow.
On the side, if she's in, she's going to go okay. If they like, then we can draw.
Yeah.
They're going to try and roll out everything their stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Be sure to join us April 14th, the Grand Slam of Curling, the Players' Championship from the Mattamy Center in Toronto, better known by most across the country as the iconic Maple Leaf Gardens. The women's quarterfinals starts 3:30 Eastern Time. That's noon, or 12:30 Pacific, I should say. A couple events left on the Grand Slam of Curling calendar this year. Of course, the men's final will be Sunday, April 15th. Join us for that across the country on CBC television.
Okay, any other comments?
Back in Leduc, Saskatchewan, a healthy lead.
Yeah. No, I don't really have a lot.
Larry made nice.
We still got 4 minutes.
Larry made nice.
Oh, we're way ahead.
We got to be in the 4 foot.
You guys should pay attention.
We got to be inner.
Yeah, Larry's going to go into the house. No guard. Absolutely no guard.
No guard.
If he doesn't peel in it.
In turn.
So 3-4
in the
Yes.
house.
or through.
Three.
Yeah.
Three.
You had perfect key line on your first one, Larry. So, and your second one was acceptable because it
It
was
feels
this,
good. It
this
feels
much
good.
outside the house. So remember, after fourth and break, when you have it just tighten up. I don't know if this is the arena, so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay, we give them enough of a head start. Let's go kick their ass.
Exactly. Can I give you my?
That works too. Yeah.
Wait.
Well, Manitoba hoping to regroup, down by 6. Said, well, Saskatchewan, their Prairie rival, got a bit of a head start.
Well, I think Mark has indicated it might be game on, just a little bit. I think what you're going to look to see is a strategy change now. Manitoba is going to look to put those corner guards up, utilize the 4-rock rule.
Chris, we were talking earlier on about the criteria for wheelchair curling, and there's a couple of interesting notes.
Yeah, with wheelchair curling right now, we learned early in this week that at a Canadian Championships, actually an able-bodied person could sit in a wheelchair and play. That was actually, I did not know that rule. So Randy Furby, if you're listening, come on down, join the wheelchair curlers, come out of retirement.
Are you looking for teammates?
I am. I could make a comeback now. I think I was going to recruit Jill Officer and Mike Harris. We've got together and we're...
It's a pretty good team.
Not bad. Maybe Jeff Stoughton, I can grab him too. And we've seen them all here this week. And then the Canadian team, of course, it's a selected team for Team Canada. The winner of this championship does not go on to represent Canada at a World Championship or Paralympic Games. Wheelchair curling is, of course, a selected team. Athletes are invited to training camps. At those training camps, they're put through a series of drills, processes, and then the Canadian program selects the elite throughout the country to represent Canada. And of course, 3 of them are on the ice during this game. Dennis Thiessen and Jamie Ansu, and of course, Marie Wright. And they were excellent in Korea, coming back with the bronze medal.
So that pre-selected team, that might work for countries that don't have the depth of curling that Canada has. But is the depth there in the wheelchair field to hold trials, national championships, to earn the right to wear the maple leaf at a world championship?
Well, most international countries don't have the depth of players that Canada does. We have somewhere around 250 wheelchair curlers across the country. A lot of players believe that it's time to go to that play down base, much like the Scotties or the Brier. And that's the argument, but that's well above my pay grade, and I don't make that decision.
Looks like we're ready to go here in the 5th. Rock and play for Team Saskatchewan. They didn't want to guard, but they do have one up.
Yeah, we had heard earlier on that Saskatchewan during the break wanted those rocks to be in the house. They did not want guard stones.
Lorraine Arguin, the coach. Team Saskatchewan trying to protect this lead.
Looking for the corner guard. It's just not breaking lane.
Thank you.
Nice guard.
Hi, guys. Wish you were here.
You know the wheelchair curling game exceptionally well. A gold medal at the 2006 Paralympics in Italy. A 7-1 lead. We know the expression, no lead is safe. Is that the case in wheelchair curling?
Very much so, and the Canadian team can speak to that at the Paralympic Games, where they had an 8-1 lead against Korea, and Korea came back. Canada managed to hang on to it, but only by 1, as Canada won the gold in Vancouver 8-7. So nothing is impossible in this game. I have seen it all, literally, in my almost 20 years of wheelchair curling now.
Carolyn Linder, the lead for Team Manitoba.
Looking to draw around their own guard. It might curl over just a bit. It is going to rub. It's like Newfoundland and the fourth there managed to get another one. So as we see, they're starting to climb back into it.
Steal of one. Now it's 7-2 for the team.
Oddly enough, look at the score. 7-2 and 7-1.
A couple of big scores here. Championship Sunday. Team BC out of the Tunneltown Curling Club in Thiessen, south of Vancouver. And Team Newfoundland and Labrador curling out of the Remax Center in St. John's. A coast-to-coast battle for bronze. And this one, the Battle of the Prairies, right in the middle. And Saskatchewan with a healthy lead.
So Dennis has to start to decide whether or not he's still going to utilize his guards to come around, or if he's going to start to attack some of these stones.
13-5.
I think he's going to look to draw to the 4 foot.
What was your couple there? 13.
Dennis looked back to Marie and asked, "Hey, do you know the time on that last stone? Help me out here."
These two teams have actually won the last two Canadian Wheelchair Curling Championships, Saskatchewan in 2016, Manitoba in 2017. Saskatchewan winning at home in Regina.
Those are pretty closely matched stones there. I couldn't tell you who was shot.
Small advantage for Saskatchewan in terms
Can't
of
tell.
percentages. Yeah, that is very close.
And take the top red one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very close. Most of the time we've been able to pick it out who was shot, and
9, Darwin.
I wouldn't put my money on that one.
Darwin Bender.
Looking to peel the top red stone out, and he'll do
Nice
just
shot.
that. Will it go far enough? Not quite. So it looks like it might be tightening up a little bit here. The ice might be getting a little bit sticky, as we call it.
Jamie Ansu.
A little hotter, right? Just a little bit.
Ansu from Oak Bluff, just outside of Winnipeg.
This one's going to curl a little bit more than the last one. Beyond the guard.
Seen that throughout the week with the youth sports and college championship. As soon as the weight comes off, really starts to curl. Gil Dash now. This back end for Team Saskatchewan has been terrific. Dash at 88%, Wright at 91%.
Jam the red on the yellow. I don't.
What's that?
Overall, the teams are
I like the run.
close matched according to the numbers.
Same thing.
But,
That's been the difference.
that is the big difference. You almost flip the two front ends.
Yep. Linder and Ansu out playing the front end from Team Saskatchewan at the moment.
I'm not ready, Larry.
But Dash and Wright have had control with the final 4 stones.
Got to be careful this doesn't over curl and drive the red back onto the yellow.
Shot.
Close. Chance there for 2.
There was, but you also have to be careful that that doesn't
Good shot, Gil.
overcurl
I
and
leaned,
take
but
your
it didn't
own
help.
stone out.
Yeah, so
In the 12?
This will be their 3rd attempt
In the 12 foot?
at tapping their own red stone back just a little bit.
Oh, tap it. Okay.
Mark Ware is focusing in.
The line looks pretty good. Has it got the weight? It does. Nice
Taps
shot.
it in for a shot rock.
Double is there.
Let's get her going, bud.
I think 9, hey?
okay.
I missed it. I think it was 12.78 if I had it right.
Now look at that. How often do you see in a Canadian championship each of the skips sharing their
Take your
own
time.
time on the rocks? That's how
9
close
to
of
9.5,
friends
eh?
not only these skips are, but these teams are as a whole.
That's a great point. National championship on the line.
I'm not sure. It might
Think
curl.
this one's going to curl a little bit too much and get a nose hit more or less.
Good shot, Gil.
Little
That's a
roll.
good shot. That's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
How would,
If we give him 1, it's okay.
it's awesome if we get him one.
Nice shot.
Certainly
Thanks.
no
Good weight on.
problem for Saskatchewan with that 7-1 lead, just giving up 1
Okay.
here. How does Manitoba get aggressive and try and score multiples here? As we know, 8 end games. Late stages now, the 5th.
Well, the problem is that you would have to split those stones up. The only other way to do it is to keep trying to draw around. Maybe on the other side, if you wanted to be really aggressive to draw around, of course, that's got the run. This one's going to be a little bit heavy. Maybe not.
Didn't jiggle much there.
So the next option is depending on where Saskatchewan puts this, Manitoba could come down and give that a little bit more space, give it a little bit extra bump, setting up for the opportunity maybe to get another one in there.
But you could bang it and then.
I know,
but
that's
then
what
they
I'm
got
thinking.
a couple
If I
shots
hit
left
it on
to
the
do same.
nose, that one will come out over here across.
And that's what you hear them talking about. If
think
we
it
jiggle this up too much, it could be a little
do you think?
dangerous.
That's what I wonder.
It's gonna jam over. It's gonna bump onto here.
I wondered if I hit that on the nose, are both reds
We
gone?
can guard or we can hit it. We can guard or hit.
Yeah, that red's gonna come across the top.
It
Yeah,
should,
but it's
it should
open-
come
it's open
across
then.
this, right? Like,
The nose, your shooter will be right there.
Yeah, and now the
So is
yellow's
that what
coming
we
over
should do
here.
then?
Yeah,
Where
it's
do we
either that
guard
or
it?
you hold it to the force.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and I don't mind hitting that because
Okay.
then you're leaving two yellows in behind.
Okay, so we hit it with the
9.
straight turn or the curly turn?
Well, you got to hit it on the nose.
you gotta
Yeah.
hit the nose.
So-
I don't know if you can hit it with the straight turn.
Okay, so how much ice do we need for
Well,
Because you're going to throw 9. So you
Yeah,
the... Yeah, I could throw a 9. Put the broom down, Gil, and show her. Put the broom down.
you have to come to the nose
There, you think?
or slightly in
Yeah, I like that.
on the outside.
yeah, you gotta
Okay.
hit on this side.
Okay.
So,
No, not that little of ice.
well, on your, remember it's your release.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you tell me how much you'd like.
What, right about there, maybe, you think, Larry? You like that? Okay.
I don't want you to take too much
No, okay.
because if anything, you're better off.
On the inside.
There's an old phrase as a skip, if you call it, you better make it.
Each team has now
Yeah.
used a timeout. Maureen Arguin. On the left, out to have a chat. What do you think about this? This?
It's not a bad call. It jostles it up, gives them the opportunity to remove that red stone, and then lie at
You
least
think a
one
little less,
under
Gil, or
cover.
what do you think?
I think.
Okay,
I think you're good here.
okay, I'll throw a good weight.
Gotta hope it
Right up
doesn't
the broom, you got
overcurl.
it.
We have seen it start to curl. Depends on the weight. Nice shot.
Sweet one, Marie.
And like I said, if you call it, you got to make it. And she does.
Key shot.
Gets rid of the red and lies 3.
How about that for Marie Wright? Big smile. There it is.
Could be the shot of the game right there.
Well, we're out of trouble.
Yeah.
I think the most they can get is get one right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, they still got this one, but we've got 3 out counting it.
Well, if we're holding on to one, that's sweet.
So they're looking at Manitoba running the 2 stones here.
So right on the
Looking
side?
at doing the double. There is no triple there.
Get the feeling up to this point, Chris, that Manitoba's just been chasing the entire game.
They have been, and that's one of the bigger differences that we've seen. Of course, Dennis is a left-hander, so this tends to go towards his benefit. Probably his favored turn.
First of 2 here for Thiessen.
Is he going to get the 1, the 2, just the 1? Now you'll see Saskatchewan just close the door just a little bit more. They'd love to steal the 2. So I think what Thiessen needs to do right now is just settle down,
Whatever you think is best.
regain a little bit of composure,
I don't
let
know.
go of those missed shots,
Do you know this way?
and help get his team right back into this game.
I think we need to go like, oh, more ice. More ice. Little more. Okay, try that. You like that ice?
If you're just joining us, Team Saskatchewan swept through the round robin with a 9-0 record. Close win yesterday, though. They were given
What's
a
that?
stiff challenge from Newfoundland and Labrador. Saskatchewan trailing for most of that game, but scored 5 in the final
Yeah, I
2
can even go,
ends.
yeah, even, yeah.
Enough for a
That's maybe
6-3
little too
win.
much, eh? Maybe a little less, Gil. A little bit less. Oh,
Going back and forth with the ice call.
yeah, yeah.
Looks like they've come to a decision.
13 and a half.
Looking to guard.
Last rock here on the 5th for Marie Wright.
That's good then.
Looking to make it tough on Thiessen.
Little rub.
Yeah,
No rub.
That worked.
You could have got locked.
Now
There
is there
is
a
a
way in for 1?
There is. There is a really tight port there. And this is what they pay those skips the big dollars for. He's
Yeah,
got to got to be giving himself an opportunity here, and it's very.
Is that enough ice?
No. That's. I think he may think it's running straight, and I think this is going to overcurl on him. It is going to overcurl.
Ooh,
and
it's close.
Back on the red.
On the red. Oh, and it goes through the port,
uprights.
but too much. It's a steal of 2 for Team Saskatchewan. That lead now up to 9-1.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. We weren't sure if there was enough ice there. If he threw hotter weight, a lot more weight, then I don't think that rock would have stuck around even if it got through the port.
Good end.
So I don't know if he was trying to eliminate one of the stones and give up the one, or what he was trying to do there, but a steal of 2 for Saskatchewan. So I wonder if we're going to see a Canadian Championship shake at the end of 6, depending on what happens in this particular end. Remember, in wheelchair curling, you have to play 6 ends before you're allowed to concede a game.
Can I not talk to her? Hi.
But all that set up by that terrific shot by Marie Wright. That steal of 2.
That was a crazy good shot by Marie Wright. That's what you expect out of a Team Canada player. That's what you expect out of your skips, and she delivered all the.
Just under 90% for Wright in this game.
And that's a phenomenal number. I mean, wheelchair curlers average between 65 and 70%. And looking down at the percentage, Dash is at 88, Marie Wright's at 88. Those are incredible numbers for this game.
Thank you.
100% on that one.
And that's true. That is scored 100%. That was actually thrown through on purpose. For those of you wondering, what's he doing? Well, if a rock's not around, you can't hide behind it. In the 4-rock rule, we remember that if there's 4 stones out front or a stone out front until the 5th stone is thrown, you're not allowed to remove them. Of course, you can move them around, but not remove them. And next year, wheelchair curling is following everybody else and going to a 5-rock rule.
Do you like that change?
Not at all.
Do tell.
I think that it can get very difficult at times for wheelchair curlers to maneuver, and sometimes too many rocks in play can be a little bit more difficult. I think it's going to slow the game down a little bit. Although it'll make it more interesting, I think it will slow the game down.
Another rock through for Larry Schrader, keeping this ice sheet clean.
That was for you, Bill. Grandpa be home tomorrow.
Larry playing it up to the camera a little bit.
Yeah, he is excited. He can perhaps feel that a victory in a Canadian National Championship is imminent. 9-1 in the 6th. A long road now for Team Manitoba.
Manitoba definitely needs to get no less than 2 in this end in order to have some sort of a hope of catching up. Later ends, only 8 ends in wheelchair curling, not 10, so it is starting to get a little bit tight.
I'm going to take it out.
We'll need some help for sure, and this Saskatchewan team just has not missed regularly.
No, it was an interesting call to come around. I would have probably placed the other corner guard up on the other side, utilizing the 4-rock rule.
Bender with his first of 2.
Shot, Darwin.
Stop. What kind of time do you think, Dennis? 13.
Big cheer coming from from Team Newfoundland and Labrador. Down 7-2, but lying 3 right now. Wright in the 5th there. Chance to try and catch up. Keep you updated on the bronze medal game.
I would think that they're probably trying to draw on top of this stone. They need to figure out a way to generate some points. This rock is not going to help them that much. I mean, Saskatchewan probably looking to just peel this one out now.
Try and hit it on this side.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Nine and a half.
9.5.
Nice. Good throw. That'll be really nice though.
And this looks like almost a nose hit.
Nice.
So Saskatchewan saying,
Darwin.
game on.
Good job, Duke.
Let's figure out what you're going to do now. They need to draw on
Thanks,
top
man.
of this yellow stone.
Back to Jamie and Sue. Told me earlier that he's a true perfectionist, always throwing rocks, or either in the gym working on becoming a better curler.
The line looks pretty good on this one. Does it have the weight? Pretty darn good shot,
Nice,
if you
Jim.
ask. A little bit too much of a bump. This opts for a pick. You can pick this one out. Might come at it from the other
Yeah, it was.
way
Right on.
to prevent
Good
the
shoot.
jam. It looks like
9.
Newfoundland took another 2 on BC, so they're slowly starting to climb their way back into that game.
Yeah, in the 6th now, it's 7-4 for the team from BC. It was 7-0. Newfoundland and Labrador scoring in 3 straight ends. A couple of steals in there too. Steal of 2 in the 5th. That's the bronze medal match. This is for the Canadian National Championship. And it's been all Saskatchewan so far. Looking to close it out here, maybe. Not leaving
Close
this
it, you'll
team
sit
from
there.
Manitoba too much.
Okay, that works.
It jams up, but does the job.
Just needed to curl a little bit more. Well, too bad I wasn't more inside. Well, I needed to be more.
So now looking to hit and roll across under cover. And see the body language getting a little bit heavier on Thiessen.
It's been a frustrating afternoon. He certainly has had a few difficult shots. His percentage at 55%, and that's because many of them have been trying to find his way through a maze of rocks.
It's been those saving grace shots
Gonna
that
jam it back.
just have not gone his way.
Oh, I might miss it.
This one's just going to skinny by. Nope, makes a little contact.
Unbelievable.
I just don't think the curling gurus here are going Manitoba's way during this game.
Tight or in?
In.
In or tight?
Everything-
No, you want to be in.
Was this 13-5 or?
Yeah.
Everything is going Saskatchewan's way.
Dennis. Shame on you.
Might get the back red one.
What's that? You're going to knock it out? That's good weight, Gil. Nicely done.
This is going to slide
Nice.
nicely into the top 4. And the pressure is definitely on Manitoba now. They need to get a couple of rocks into position. They need to get, you would think, no less than 2 this end, but that's looking pretty darn tough at this stage.
Yep. Got me.
Wright trying to regroup after a tough miss in his last rock.
This one's hanging. It looks like it's probably going to jam. It will jam. Saskatchewan still sitting one. Skip stones now to come. Marie Wright's going to attack that red stone.
What a difference from yesterday, Chris, with this Saskatchewan team who were barely hanging on.
But that's what happens when you get
Can
a
we see
lead,
enough of
right?
that
Your
one?
body language,
Okay.
you get comfortable, you're in the driver's seat the whole time. Yesterday,
Okay, let's just hit
at
Gil.
no
We might
point
roll
in
over.
time were
Okay.
either of the teams really at a position where
All
they
right,
could
if you want
feel
that.
comfortable, where they could feel the win in their grasp.
Can you see
and
enough?
that's a real difference.
Yeah, I can see pretty much all of it.
Can ya?
Either one. I
Okay,
don't know.
how much you like?
I like this call.
We got lots of time.
We don't want to come off and bang that around.
Well, let's draw then.
Manitoba.
I gave you edge of 8.
You're going to go here?
Yeah.
Well, they're looking to draw in to the top. I don't mind the hit.
Top 4, 8.
It would
Anywhere
eliminate
up there.
multiple opportunities for Manitoba.
So same weight.
It is a little bit late, but if I can get rid of that extra point, I would.
First of 2 here from Wright. Manitoba, by the way, has used about 5 more minutes of clock, down to under 12 minutes. Now for the Manitobans.
Very nice.
Nice throw.
Marie Wright has been dialed in right from the beginning here.
And that's experience. That's the confidence that Marie Wright brings to this game.
Middle 8.
One of the only female skips out here as well.
Come back to the 5.
And wouldn't that be something to say? Not only just one of the only female skips, but on the verge of being a Canadian champion.
We have to hit it twice to get rid of it.
We're first and second.
Right. But I mean, that other one, we're shot over that.
Yeah. And if we give up
We're
one,
first
we're
and
fine.
they would have had to hit it twice.
Yeah.
So this would be the first time that a
He can
female
draw in
skip
here now, but
has
Yeah.
ever won a national
We
championship.
can't guard everything, right? I think this was the easier one.
that was a sweet shot.
Yeah.
I believe it's right.
So another history maker for Marie Wright.
1 stone to go for her. Trying to keep his team going.
It's going to over curl. Well, it'd be interesting to see what happens after this. Manitoba
We're guessing at the ice. We're guessing at the ice.
I think guard that race.
Now we know we need more.
That's the rules.
Could take it out.
So we'll see what happens at the end of this end.
Guard.
Okay.
It could be
He likes the guard.
another big
Where's
end
it
for
to, yeah.
Saskatchewan here. Looking to
On
throw
this
up the
side of
guard
it.
to prevent the
yeah.
raise.
No, this side of it.
And I think the only thing
We
that
don't want him to come
Manitoba
in here.
might have
No,
is an in off that far red.
we already got it decided. Let's just do it.
Skip's
Little left,
call.
Gil. Whoa, edge of 8. Edge of 8.
But you have to be on this side of nose.
But he pulled his rock way over.
Last stone here for Saskatchewan. Marie Wright noticing something in the ice from Thiessen's shot.
She had talked about whether or not
Guess we needed a
Dennis
little
had
more.
moved the stone over
It's not bad though.
more. It's sometimes more difficult. Well, that'll do the job as well as anything, won't
okay.
it?
Yeah. Last rock coming up here for Team Manitoba.
I guess we needed a little more, hey? I didn't
You
think
need
it would
to be
curl.
on this side of it.
I didn't think it would curl that much.
Why are you saying you need to be on that side?
Because then if he hits the yellow onto the red, it's going to go that way. It's not good.
Just a little bit left, right?
So they're looking to play the raise here.
I think you need this.
Another tough shot for Thiessen, facing 2. Last rock here in the 6th. Another tough situation here for.
It's got to come up. It's got to curl more. Needs to curl some more.
Enough to be in for shot rock. Where will this one finish? No.
It's a fine way of ending the game.
Well,
It's a
it's,
fine way of ending the game.
it's not incredibly bad because they did take away 2 out of 3 scoring stones.
Looks like a steal of 2 here for Saskatchewan.
Can't.
Here's some of Team Manitoba.
Steal of 2 or steal of 1?
We have to play more? One more? Okay.
Well,
Okay.
saying they're going to go 1 more.
Try
2
Dennis.
yellow.
That was really
Yeah, I think in a championship game the rules change a little bit, where you have to play
Move that rock.
where you have to play 7 ends, not 6.
2.
But now I think it's a little bit out of hand, unfortunately,
know we
for
had to play
Manitoba, as Saskatchewan continues their winning ways and now leads 11-1.
Yeah, certainly a lopsided score. Great moment there between Paralympic teammates.
No, they're shaking hands. They have shaken hands and conceded the game.
So there it is, Marie Wright and Team Saskatchewan, the 2018 Canadian champions.
Yeah, I think there is a rule that says you can concede the game. So there you have it.
Thank you, people. Thank you, fans.
Great moment here between friends, competitors, teammates.
Thanks.
And history in the making as Marie Wright becomes the first female skip to win a Canadian national championship. And third title for Saskatchewan, winning previously in 2012 and 2016. And once again here in 2018 in Leduc.
They deserved it.
Good job. Thank you.
Guess what?
What?
I'm
Lorraine's buying me a drink tonight.
I'm 2-0 in Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is an awesome job. I love you guys.
Great moment there, Moose Gibson, the alternate. Big smiles for this team from the Moose Jaw Ford Curling Club. Now have won 2 of the last 3 years in the Canadian Wheelchair Curling Championship. And we will move over and do some bonus coverage here in just a moment of the bronze medal game. Team BC taking on Team Newfoundland and Labrador. This should be fun. And we will have the medal ceremonies as well.
Yay! We did it! We did it! What is it? 11-0. Woo!
Thanks, Moose Jaw Curling Center.
Thanks for watching us.
Isn't that ironic? They went 11-0 in the tournament and won 11-1 here in the final. Here we go with Daryl's neighbors. First rock of the end.
Catch you up, by the way. This is 7-4 here for Team BC. They have the hammer here in the 6th.
BC lying 2.
Team BC throwing the reds. Team Newfoundland and Labrador throwing the yellows. We saw this team out of the Remax Center in St. John's yesterday, our feature game. CBCSports.ca. Close finish, but it was Saskatchewan getting the win, so team in red trying to get a spot on the podium here. But they have some comeback work to do, down by 3.
Yeah, well, they've been doing that job all the way along. They were down by 7 after 2 ends. We thought that game might be a blowout, but the tenacity of this Newfoundland team and these Newfoundlanders, of course, showing the grit that they always have, and a true opportunity now to get back into this game. Perhaps looking to do the raise.
Team BC, by the way, out of the Tunneltown Curling Club in Tawasin, skipped by Daryl Neighbor.
Darlene Jackman's been throwing pistol shots all week. If anyone can make this shot, it'll be Darlene. It's a tough raise. And we can see how much pressure is on it. She wants to make sure that it's perfect before she throws it. On the yellow stone. It may have overcurled on her.
Enough to get past the yellow guard. How about the second one? Rubs up against it. Chance for a multiple score end here for Team BC.
Well, they're lying 2 now. I guess the question would be, do you just throw it off and take the 2? Or do you draw in for another one?
Daryl Neighbor, the skip out of Richmond, BC. Paralympic gold medalist at the 2010 Games in Vancouver. Brings 13 years of experience in the wheelchair curling game to his team, including 10 provincial championships.
And of course, Daryl won the Canadian Championship back in 2007 and was part of the Armstrong team in 2008 and 2009.
Last stone here in the 6th for BC. Looks like Neighbor trying a chance for 3.
Little light.
Has to be in the 8-foot ring, and he doesn't come up there, so it is 2 for Team BC. That makes it 9-4 after 6. So certainly BC in control, although Newfoundland and Labrador get the hammer back in the 7th, but down by 5.
That's tough when you have those opportunities for that extra point just to solidify your lead a little bit more, and you come up just a few feet short. Makes you want to go back and, can I have a mulligan? Can I do it again?
All right, let's go down ringside now. Devin Haru and the winning skip from Team Saskatchewan. Devin.
Thank you very much, Matt. With the winning skip, Marie Wright. Marie, you and I have had so many conversations over the last month going back to the Paralympics. This is a golden one. Yeah. How do you feel right now?
I feel ecstatic. I can't even describe it. My team came out and played awesome, and I had those butterflies today, and those butterflies make me play better. So I felt like I had a good game today, and I'm just so proud of my team, and I'm happy we could do this for Saskatchewan.
Those butterflies you talk about, of course, specifically because you were going up against two of your teammates who you went to battle with in Pyeongchang. What did that mean to you, Marie?
That meant a lot to me, and I know Dennis and Jamie, and I know they're both really good players, and I knew this was going to be tough, that we had to come out strong. So we started the game out just saying, it's only 16 rocks, we'll just take one rock at a time.
Who do you think of in moments like this?
Well, actually, my other daughter and her husband and 3 more grandchildren came today, and they're in the stands, and that inspired me. I saw them sitting there, and I'm like, I have to do this for them.
You're still smiling. Of course, Canada has gotten to know your story, an inspirational one, Marie. What do you say to those watching? You went undefeated, you win a championship. Throughout your life, you've just kept going. What do you say to people? What do you want people to know about you on this championship Sunday for you?
I just want people to know that just love life. Life is great, and it's what you make it, and just make life happy.
Happy Easter. Congratulations.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you.
Matt, we'll send it back up to you, obviously. A very happy Skip and Team Saskatchewan down here at ice level.
All right, there's a smile you can't beat. Thank you very much, Devin. Thank you, Marie. Gold medal moment for Team Saskatchewan. On a terrific finish there. That one was never in doubt. Great friends, great competitors, and a great moment for the team in green. And the good times aren't over, Chris, it doesn't look like.
Looks like Devin's stealing a couple of extra pictures here.
That's right. Of course, Devin and Marie know each other very well from the Paralympics in Pyeongchang. Team Canada, along with Marie, Dennis, Jamie, Mark Eidson, the skip, bronze medal. Let's check in back on our bronze medal game as we kick things off in the 7th end. BC 9, Newfoundland and Labrador 4. Reminder, Team BC throwing the reds, and the team from the Rock with the yellows, and it certainly has to be comeback time here for the rink out of the Remax Center in St. John's, Chris.
Yeah, that was a miss by Janice Ng. Not far off of a miss, but still just flashes by. Newfoundland with 1 stone in there at the back of the 4. Looking to probably get 2 at the very least here to give themselves an opportunity to get there. 3 would be better, of course, with that lead of 9-4. Carroll, of course, throws lead stones but calls the game. This one's running straight.
Once again, you're watching bonus coverage on cbcsports.ca. Team Saskatchewan, a national championship with an 11-1 win over Team Manitoba. This is the bronze medal game. Team BC in the blue, Team Newfoundland and Labrador in the red.
Gary Cormack looking to just take this yellow stone out.
The team out of Thiessen, BC had a 7-2 record in the round robin, but were upset yesterday by 3rd-seeded Manitoba.
This one's going to overcurl the other side on them and take
This is Mel Fitzgerald. Certainly a decorated Paralympian when it comes to various sports, track, para ice hockey, basketball. He's represented Canada several times at the Paralympics, Pan American Games as well, and the Gold Cup.
And the Olympics.
And the Olympics, 1984 in Los Angeles. Something that you know a lot about as well.
Mel is one of the original. He was a bit of a mentor for me when I was a track athlete, and him and Rick Hansen, I remember going around watching them, trying to be like Mel.
Certainly a great experience for both of you at those 1984 games.
A little bit of a thinner beard than what he had back then.
Picked up wheelchair curling a few years ago.
That's a good attempt. What it does is it moves the yellow stone into the open. So good shot by Gary. He's one of those curlers that doesn't often show expression. But he's got to be pleased with that one.
Back to Mel.
Mel Fitzgerald has probably the longest stick here at the tournament. We think it's somewhere around 13 feet long.
What would be the reason for that?
Well, what it does is it actually simulates the slide that an able-bodied curler would have and allows for a much more fluent delivery. Anytime you've got to cock your head up to see the end of your stick, you know it's up there in the atmosphere.
Bob McDonald, the vice skip. He's been wheelchair curling for the last 12 years.
Flicked his elbow out there a little bit, but hopefully that won't affect the shot overly too much. Looks pretty nice. 1-2, bye-bye. There they go. He gets the double, and BC lies 3. See the smiles all the way around on that one.
McDonald out of the Marple Curling Club in Vancouver. High fives all around with his lead, Janice. And this is Felix Green for Newfoundland and Labrador, known by his nickname on the team, Flex.
Felix has been very consistent. Actually was nominated to the All-Star team last night. So congratulations to him on that
Terrific achievement, that's for sure.
That one unfortunately over curls. And looks like the teams are reasonably matched. But Bob McDonald curling an outstanding 87%.
Yeah, the only curler in the 80s in this game. Both these teams in the 60s for team percentages. Bob McDonald has been by far the most accurate.
This now just looking to draw through the port. He'll get through. Top 8. Nice shot.
A lot of red in that house for Team BC.
Bob He's got a bounce to his wheel.
Yeah, he's got a little jump.
Yeah, if they get a big end here, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't shake. So, a couple of rocks left to go. It's not over yet, gentlemen. Flex releases his stone. Looking to take out and roll behind cover. Unfortunately, that one rolls too far, and
that red stays in. It looks like from here. Hard to say.
It did stick around, Matt. It is in, so it just changes the landscape a little bit.
Skip rocks now here in the 7th end. It's a great shot at that. Certainly in the house. Hard-working camera crew has been doing a terrific job. All 10 days here at the Curl for Canada Championships, 4 Canadian championships in the span of 10 days. Youth sports, college, mixed doubles, and the wheelchair. It's been a terrific week here in Leduc.
It's been my pleasure to have the opportunity to work with you, Matt, and the CBC crew as well. So thank you very much for that opportunity.
Really, Chris, the pleasure is all mine. It's an honor. Into skip rocks, as we mentioned, here's Daryl Neighbor, a member of the Canadian Curling Hall of Fame.
He's being inducted. Not quite a member yet. This one gets through, and that'll sit on. So now facing 5 red stones.
Newfoundland and Labrador, how do they try and get out of this?
I'm going to answer the simple way, Matt. Put a rock in the house. Is that the easy way out, or should I be a little bit more complex? I think what they've got to do is they've got to draw through the port and park that rock right on top of the red stone that's at the back of the 4-foot. But through all that traffic, it's pretty tough. We've seen Darlene Jackman do it before. Let's see what she's got this time.
First of 2 here for Jackman. Certainly had some terrific shots yesterday, throwing 4th rocks.
It's a little light. It's going to wreck on the guard.
Oh, and this gives BC a chance to throw one more in. Really make it tricky.
You can see the frustration on the face. They'll throw this top 12, close the door down, and that would be really tough for Newfoundland if he makes this shot. Facing 6, they'd have no choice but to try and draw to the one side just to eliminate stones.
That would mean they would lose hammer heading into the 8th and final end if we do get that far. Final stone for BC.
This one looks a little light. Is it going to get there? Did he pull the chain? No, he just gets it over, which is all right. He didn't need to get it there, and it makes it even that much tougher with that one up top. To keep the dream alive.
Darlene Jackman, final stone here in the 7th, facing 5.
Does it pass the guard? Did it get past the guard? It does.
Enough to get into the house. Where will this fall? Oh, Darlene Jackman limits it to look, but a terrific shot from Darlene Jackman.
That is a pressure shot. You're going to put a stick on it?
Red is BC, yellow Newfoundland and Labrador. You tell me, that's close.
I think it's red. I'm not seeing the stick come out, so I think they're going to.
Everybody wants to have a look.
They are going to concede the point.
And that'll do it. Terrific end for Darlene Jackman, but it's a steal of one for BC, and it's a bronze medal for the rink out of the Tunneltown Curling Club in Tawasin. Daryl Neighbor, Bob McDonald, Gary Cormack, Janice A, Coach Cody Tanaka, BC bronze medalists.
That's tremendous for this group. They battled hard. They were one of the favorites coming in. They had one bad game yesterday, and here they collected it to have a fairly convincing win, 10-4 over Newfoundland.
So it is Saskatchewan as our champion, Manitoba the silver, and Team BC with the bronze. All very well deserving. And we will have the medal ceremony here in just a short time. Here to wrap things up inside Robinson Arena at the Leduc Recreation Center. Big cheer for Team Saskatchewan as they make their way down to the medal ceremony. And for this team from Newfoundland and Labrador, we mentioned them yesterday, Chris. Certainly they'd like to be on the podium, but a fourth place finish is a big step for that program.
This program has come a tremendously long way in such a short time. Started not so many years ago when I had the opportunity to move over to Newfoundland. Grabbed a group of these guys and ladies, of course. Leslie Ann Walsh has done a tremendous job with these folks to get them into this position, and for them even to get into a medal game has been tremendous, and a true testament to Leslie Ann's work and the work of these dedicated athletes.
This should certainly be a special moment as all of the teams, all 9 at this 2018 Canadian Wheelchair Championship, will be coming out for the medal ceremony. You can see some of Team New Brunswick there in black. There's Team BC ready to be awarded their bronze medal, and there are the medalists right across the board. A lot of big smiles there.
Yeah, with as much smiles that are going on, of course, a little bit of disappointment has to go along with it. I think Manitoba expected to perform a little bit better than what they did in that game, but they have to be happy. I mean, they finished 0-3 at the beginning of the tournament, and now look at where they are, silver medalists. Can't be overly upset with that. And of course, BC quite happy. There's
the hardware.
And gentlemen, thank you so much for your attendance here today and all week. A big thank you to our volunteers. Yes? A big thank you to our sponsors. And especially to all of our curlers for this amazing fall event. This is phenomenal, and we are so proud to have hosted this in the city of Leduc. So for the bronze medals, we will be having presenting the bronze medals from Curling Canada Governor Lena West and Mayor Bob Young. And our team is British Columbia from Tunneltown Curling Club, our coach Cody Tanaka. Lead, Janice Ng. Second, Gary Cormack. Vice, Bob McDonald.
Look at that smile.
And the skip is Daryl Neighbor. Congratulations.
There's a Hall of Famer for you. Another championship round underneath his belt. Another medal.
Our silver medal team is from Manitoba at the Assiniboine Memorial Curling Club. And the coach is Tom Clasper. The alternate, Tom Wright. Lead, Carolyn Lindner. Second, Mark Lindner.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Jamie Ansu.
Jamie Ansu.
There we go.
Okay, messed up on my notes here. Okay, and the vice is Mark Wright. And the skip, Dennis Thiessen. Congratulations.
Great finish to the year for Dennis. A silver at the championships here and a bronze from Korea.
And our gold medal team from Saskatchewan, Moose Jaw Ford Curling Center. And the coach is Lorraine Arguin. The alternate, Moose Gibson. Lead, Larry Schrader.
Thank you very much. We had a great time. Thank you for everything.
Second, Darwin Bender. Vice, Bill Dash.
There's a tentative Team Canada member there for you right
And
there.
the team who is with the most amazing skip, Marie Wright.
History in the making, Marie Wright, the first female to win a
And now we'll
Canadian
present the
championship in
trophy.
the position of skip.
And there it is, our winning team. The 2018 Canadian Wheelchair National Champions.
Your gold medal team, Team Saskatchewan. Woo!
From coast to coast, trophy's been, and now 3 times Saskatchewan is where the trophy will rest.
Now we're going to ask Lena West, Governor of Canada, for a few words.
Thank you very much.
Well, a terrific tournament from start to finish. 4 Canadian Curling Championships, as I mentioned, in just 10 days. And it wraps up in thrilling fashion for Team Saskatchewan. National champions, Marie Wright. Terrific moment here, Chris.
Yeah, and it's a real testament to where this sport has come in such a short time. And congratulations to all the athletes. Fantastic curling this week.
All right, a gold medal for Saskatchewan. That puts a close on a terrific 10 days of curling. Thanks so much for joining us on CBC Sports. For Matt Cullen, Chris Staw, Devin Haru, and all our hard-working crew, 10 very memorable days in Leduc. Signing off for a final time, Saskatchewan gold, Manitoba silver, BC bronze. So long from Leduc, Alberta.
Yay, we did it, we did it.